Hello, collective. My name is Maxine Simone. Welcome back. If you're returning, if you're new here, welcome. I'm going to get into a timeless collective message for you. And the message that's coming through. Well, first, I'm obviously in a new environment. I'm moving. I've been getting acclimated here. Some beautiful flowers. Maybe I can make this a thumbnail. We're just going to keep it simple that way because I feel like I overthink the thumbnails and all the things, and I think that's a part of the message. The message that we're going to get into today is about I feel like you may have some fans floating around that may be a message because the channel song was Fan by, let me turn the volume down so I don't get copy wrote up or whatever. Jalen, Fan. And it looks like there's a bunch of masks on these people. And basically it's a mix up, it's a mashup. And I mean, I'm a fan of his work. If you like a underground producer, check him out. And the next song was Ready or Not. So again, this could be talking about outside energy, but I'm really feeling that we can turn this inward. And I feel like your inner child is becoming the biggest fan of you. You are your biggest fan of yourself. And that may be attracting outside energy where people are noticing a different glow about you, a different energy about you. There's a lightness about you. There is, you're practicing what authenticity feels like for you. Alignment feels a little bit different right now because you are, not to say that you were never in alignment, but it's coming through and I feel this warmth in my belly. Like you're checking in with yourself before you make decisions. Is this really in alignment with me and with what I want to create? And I think that you've gotten rid of or shedding distortion where you're considering so much of other people's opinions on you. There's been messages coming through previously about distorted mirrors and cleaning the mirror off. Like maybe you have really practiced that principle of everything outside of you is a reflection of you, which is a great baseline to have when you're, especially when you're getting into your spiritual path. If I keep looking out, it's because I can see the city and it's just beautiful. And I feel like I could channel when I'm looking outside and I just see the sun and it's beautiful. So ignore me, listen to me if you like. Um, but you are at this place of not looking at yourself through distorted mirrors, meaning shedding family patterns, old relationships that had you questioning yourself, or maybe other things that you needed to learn in those relationships. But I think that maybe if you saw yourself in a lot of like, if you saw a lot of yourself in that person, not everything was yours to take on as your karma to work through and sorting through that. That's been coming through. It's like not looking at yourself through a distorted mirror, maybe even repairing fractured aspects of your self concept. So I'm really feeling like your inner child is feeling a lot more safe with you because you're doing that deep inner work, or you have been. We had fifth house creativity in the reverse, which I feel like is that sacral, but that inner child creativity. And I just feel like you weren't seeing yourself like you may even be going through some kind of physical change that is reflecting like who you really are, growing into yourself. Maybe you're a late bloomer. And then we had lunar eclipse change come after that. And that's why I'm saying it feels like this emotional shift that has happened, or these emotional changes are actually like really shifting you on a cellular level. And what was stuck, eighth house endings and beginnings, that's the Scorpio energy, that stagnant water. It feels like you're allowing yourself to let it come up. And now they're bringing me to the heartache, the heartbreak from the masking with the fifth house creativity in the reverse, and that fan card. If you felt like you've had to wear a mask because of certain programming, um, I'm just going to take the messages as confirmation. Let me turn this one off though, because I do have it on my computer. But the masking that led to a lot of heartbreak, but it's like this density, emotional density that you had in your energetic field. You would meet these people, you would see parts of yourself in them, and then you would realize maybe where you were attracted to them through distortion, through your own distortion, through your own programming, through your own patterns. Then you rip off a mask. You rip off a mask. And it's also ripping through the distortion in your energetic field. But I'm feeling this part, you've had the challenge of when you do that, when you go through that, to not allow yourself to be succumbed by the heartbreak, because the heartbreak feels like physical pain in the body. And the way that the body may react to the physical pain, like the physical sensation of pain, would be to tense up, to shut down. Maybe you've experienced that, even realizing what coping mechanisms you have around grief. And I think you've been allowing yourself to sit in the emotion, to allow it to come up so that you don't hold on to the density. And this is a process that you've been going through naturally. And I think that you're becoming like one with the dance of life when there is those ups and those downs. So now your inner child feels safe, and it doesn't feel like it's being shut or closed in on itself. So we have Mercury retrograde reinvention falling out over here on top of fifth house creativity, which I feel like now, because of these emotional shifts, you are feeling more open to the idea of more creativity. Like you may be just, this may not even be a conscious thing. It just may feel like you want to express yourself differently. You want to dress differently. You may want to cut your hair, change your hair color, get a new tattoo. You know, I think it will start with physical changes that seem like this would be surface level, like changing my appearance, but it's much deeper than that. It's taken a lot for you to get to the point where you feel safe enough to invest in yourself, to change your appearance, and also to allow that intuitive nudge to take you where it brings you. Because I think that with changing your appearance, it unlocks a new version of you. And I think it also attracts different people, and on a more, I mean, it's an energetic thing, but it's, you may be doing something really bold, you know? So people that are more authentic or in their self-expression, they will like see that and kind of respect that, it feels like. Um, and I think that they'll be drawn to that, where I think previously you may have just chose things, just even subconsciously, that kind of tried, that hid some features of yours. And I think that you're leaning into your unique features. I think that you're looking into how can you enhance your look. It's naturally kind of being guided to you. How can you enhance your look rather than hide or do things to protect or guard yourself? And on the bottom of the deck, I see destiny. They did tell me to stop here and record first, and then we would get into more. So I cut the deck to Capricorn, South Node, Life's Dead. So I feel like you have been clearing a lot of karmic debt. And with Uranus coming through here, there could have been like a quick, it feels like a tower moment, but this is some kind of shock to the system that has helped you to clear a lot of density just recently. And when I'm saying recent, I'm thinking last quarter, you know, like last 3 or 4 months. And you're kind of settling after that. And now that's why I'm saying the foundation that you're building, you're being way more intentional about, like, does this feel like it's in alignment with me, my inner child? You know, you're checking in with your inner child and asking, like, do you feel safe with this? Do you like this? Do you resonate with this? Do you like this? What feels good to you? You know, do you feel safe? Yeah, Earth element stability in the reverse, and Gemini, I think, kind of challenging that. So, like I said, kind of tower moment, broke through a lot of layers at once, kind of destabilized you for a bit emotionally, I feel like. And you're in this place of reinvention with Gemini, I think, in the challenge position. I think you are, both sides of you are communicating now. And when I say that, I think that you are bringing, to allow your inner child to feel safe, you are bringing that shadow aspect online so that it's not, There's been a part of your shadow that has adapted to keep your inner child safe, but now that you are the adult, you don't have to have your shadow kind of like suppressing, it feels like, the inner child to keep it safe. You're bringing the shadow online, and you are now, as the adult, the higher version of yourself, keeping the inner child safe. And it feels like you're communicating, yeah, Leo in the reverse. You are now communicating with that inner child. I feel like there's still relationship that's being built. It doesn't matter what sign you are, it's coming through. It doesn't matter what sign you are. This Leo energy really wants to shine through. I'm also seeing the 8-8 portal coming up. Maybe significant for you, or this period between now and the 8-8 portal is significant to build that relationship. Also getting out in the sun, building a better relationship with the sun. I feel like I have food in my teeth. Hold on, I'm going to pause this really quick. What's coming through with this, you are thinking about the changes that you want to make. And again, this could start with something that seems relatively small, like a change to your appearance, different clothes, different things. Then you may creep into getting a new tattoo. You may creep into changing your hair or vice versa, whatever. But those changes are happening to get you comfortable with following that creative nudge, that intuitive nudge. But I think that there's a bigger change that's wanting to be made here. And I think you may find that when you trust your intuition, you may be led to the right people, led to the right circumstances. New things will be attracted to you and vice versa. And then you may find this, what is the word I'm looking for? Unconventional path to the bigger change that you're looking at making. Let me see. What is the current energy? Interesting. The forest and the mountain. This is definitely giving some kind of unpredictable journey. And now I'm hearing The Mountain Is You. I believe that's a book by Tony Robbins. Recognizing that you're the only thing that's in your way and how to work with that. How I think it starts off with recognizing how to use emotions as a guiding, like your emotions are your map on the unpredictable path. And that feels very resonant. Your emotions are your map on the unpredictable path, and the mountain is you. So when you're not processing your emotions, you get stuck and you don't really know how to move forward, where you're trying to go. Like the guide, the map is not clear, so taking the time to clear the emotional space so that you can kind of see clearly. And now they're bringing me to the quote that I posted on my Instagram, like little notes or whatever. I said, joy has a way of returning again. So following your guide, following your map, your emotional roadmap, and not being like swayed by your emotions again, because the shadow will have you swayed by your emotions. But when you're allowing yourself the time to process and to get clear and to understand what is a shadow aspect of me, what is, genuine joy, or when I'm being provoked and I take action out of reaction versus choosing something, I love that for you. Current energy, the queen and the eternal child. So the inner child is very much coming back online. This feels very, look at how they kind of go together. The eternal child, it feels like, is inside, right? And there's so much color. There's so much, it's very reflective of this, but it's like you, the adult version of you, the queen, is creating the safe space for this to be brought outside of you. And I think that, again, the queen also really relates to me with like Persephone energy, becoming the queen of the underworld, and becoming really comfortable with your moon cycles, like the emotional cycles, and being able to ebb and flow with the emotions that come up, because the inner child doesn't have to use the coping mechanisms that the shadow has created to protect the inner child, this black and white. It's kind of just like seeing things with a lack of color and just kind of having to mask all of this beautiful color on the inside. Even the sun is on the inside. And so it's like, because you are, and I just got like a heat wave with that, because you are very comfortable with how to process your emotions now, it feels like you have this Leo energy that's really wanting to be brought out. And so this is the current energy. I feel like this is very beautiful because I'm not seeing the orphan. I'm not seeing, because that's another card of the inner child, but feeling abandoned. This is really coming into creating safety for the inner child. And I feel like with Persephone, queen of the underworld, it's like becoming one with the shadow and all of the aspects of the emotions, even the grief, the anger, the distortion that you may have experienced, becoming one with that and not allowing it to keep you in the underworld. Persephone has the ability to traverse both underworld and above earth, right? And be in spring. And so I feel like the sun is also a very like important aspect of you. I think that you can spend a good amount of time in the underworld, but you also, again, the quote, joy has a way of returning. Spring has a way of returning. There are different seasons, and you're able to ebb and flow with the different seasons in your cycles. And so I'm really feeling like the inner child is feeling like very proud of you and just excited about what is to come. I feel like they're like, let me express myself. Like I want to, I'm just seeing pink hair. So that might be something that you want to do. And they're bringing me over to this rose. Again, this one specifically. Very beautiful. Again, thumbnail worthy, possibly. Do I even hold pose long enough? Oh, the crone. So current energy and future energy. Future. Whoa, I love it for you. Yes. You're stepping into your power so heavily. Current energy, the crown. Future energy, the wall. Yes. It's like so potent. You've gone through a lot. The crone is someone that's deeply intuitive, very wise, wisdom beyond this lifetime. You've been initiated to become the crone many times. And I think that there is a confidence in your wisdom that nobody can kind of knock you off your spot. Your ego can't even play you out your own position. So you're at this place. I just got full body chills with that. Your ego cannot even play you out of your own position. So the place that you're at right now is really potent to set intentions. And I think also you are just very in tune with your intuition. So again, the small things they may seem small, but they are, I think, initiations into ripping off the mask with the comic here. And we have the mentor. You may be stepping into, interesting, a different chapter in your life where you have the mentor and the one. Or maybe you're working with a particular guide that is helping you to rip off this mask, or maybe that has been through these initiations with you. I'm getting, again, Persephone, Hecate energy is coming through, but doesn't have to be, but just feels like you are being initiated to take off the mask. So the things that you may want to change about your appearance are going to show a different side of you. And so it's bigger than you think. And with the womb, this is getting into super potent sacral energy where you are like this walking vortex of creation. I'm just seeing creatrix vibes with the crone and the queen and the womb. Very powerful. I'm seeing 1919 on the timer. So that might be interesting. That's 2-2, number 4 as well. That's emperor energy stepping into your sovereignty. Yeah, you're thinking like, what do I want to create for myself? And I think that there is a power that is required of you to be present so that you can remain in this kind of vortex creatrix energy. But you are thinking about the future and what you want it to be like. And so I think as you set intentions for your future, I'm getting like something right here. I don't know, left side, crown. You're getting downloads around what you need to do now in order to propel you, project you into the timeline that you would like to be in. Very interesting. Poet energy. I love it for you. Let me shuffle. I'm also getting, don't let anybody pressure you into making a decision, especially an investment. If you're not ready, I think it's important for you to practice communicating, hey, I need to think about this, or not yet, let me think about it, or let me feel into this, whatever, however you want to communicate that. I was shuffling, but I know I feel like I need to shuffle again. But I feel like that's a message too, because it's like, okay, I took some time and I'm still, don't contemplate too much. And that may even be a sign that it may be a no, but if you're feeling pressured to make a decision about something, like give yourself the time that you need to feel into the answer that feels right for you. 2112, as I'm saying that just came through. So we have strength in the King of Cups. This feels like emotional fortitude is what I'm hearing. Emotional fortitude. I feel like this is my handy dandy deck. You can tell it's been through it. I've had it for years. My favorite deck. Damn, I'm going to need a new one soon. I mean, I have a lot of decks, but that's a message in itself. Like this deck has helped me process so many things. It's helped me to come into myself. It's helped me to do a lot of self-reflection. It's helped me to hold space for a lot of people. This is a tool, but it has helped me to develop deeper emotional capacity. And I feel like you're stepping into this place of emotional strength, and not through suppressing your emotions, but being able to feel them very, very deeply. And I think that you have created a container that is very like an emotional fortitude, not a dam that keeps water from running in or running, like in flow, but the structure is very sound. So there's something about that sound and how it travels in water. Maybe look into that. Let me pause. Let me look into that. Very interesting. I just looked up sound traveling in water. It says sound travels through water over 4 times faster than through air at approximately 1,500 meters per second compared to 340 meters per second in the air, because water molecules are packed so much closer together to quickly pass on vibration or energy. So your ability to create, it says particle density. Molecules in liquids are tightly packed, letting mechanical waves pass swiftly from one particle to the next. So that's what I was saying. It's not like a dam where you are keeping the water from flowing. You're actually allowing the particles, the water, you created a space for the water to touch. It's like, that is funny. You know how like people are like, I like it when my yams and my mac and cheese touch or something like that. That's what they said. You can, the ability to mix, the ability to create, the ability to create faster is approaching you, because you've created the safe space to feel the emotion. So it's not like a dam where it's creating this space between certain experiences that you've had or emotional experiences that you've had, this fracture. But because the flow is there, the emotional closeness is there, even between different parts of yourself, if you want to consider that, or just like, again, the emotion, the energy being able to pass through you, it's able to manifest quicker. It's able to pass faster through, I feel like, the energetic centers. That's what I'm getting. It's like when you receive a download, you're able to move it quickly, and you're able to ground it even more quickly. Interesting. That is an interesting download. Okay, we love that. So in the challenge position, we have the Hierophant and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So you had to learn how to do this on your own. The Hierophant being in the challenge position, I think that you've had to take a very non-traditional approach. Again, the crone, initiations, mentorship, deity mentorship, um, lunar eclipse change, again, very like emotional, different emotional cycles that you've gone through, different initiations. But I feel like even the types of support that you've reached out to has been more non-traditional. Like maybe you've explored Reiki healers or shamans or I don't know, soul retrieval, things like that, where it's helped you to learn different lessons. Like again, and even that's a testament, they're saying. That is a testament to your path, as we're saying you may feel called to do these other things. Like, yes, and I'm getting the yes is in my sacral apparently, or the solar plexus. The yes, the warmth in my belly. When you're thinking about doing these things, changing your parents or whatever, you're considering these different options. It's being very intuitively guided, but the things that you've done to come to this place of emotional fortitude have been very intuitively guided, and it's brought you here. So that is a testament, and I think that you've had to learn with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, you had to learn how to do that by yourself specifically. So they're really wanting you to trust in the knowledge that you've come into, the wisdom that you've come into, to trust yourself. Yes, the wisdom of the moon, okay? The initiations. This is mysteries. The mysteries of life have initiated you. You've gone, like you may be into the occult, or maybe you've been attracted to different types of mystery schools, but nothing will initiate you and teach you more than the mystery of life, right? And so it's like you are also very tied to the moon. Like you are with the lunar eclipse, the queen energy with the full moon. Maybe you were born on a full moon, or full moons have a really deep emotional effect on you. Like you can release a lot, which makes a lot of sense because you seem like you have had to work through a lot of distortion. So emotional release is quite significant for you. But I'm seeing the moon, and maybe deities that work with the moon, or again work with the darkness, enlightened dark energies, have initiated you. And it's been a challenge, right? It's in the challenge position. But it's also ever going. That's what I'm hearing. It's in the challenge position because it's not over. It's not like you're done with that. Like that's a part of your life. That's a part of your path. And we have now the Eight of Swords, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Judgment. And they're like, girl, that's why they keep saying with the Seven of Swords in reverse, they're like, this is, that is funny. They're like contradicting. This is not a mystery. You are initiated by the mysteries, like, so when you are questioning your intuition, Eight of Swords, the High Priestess in reverse and Judgment, they're like, why are you questioning yourself so much about these things that you are being asked to do? Or that your inner child is now maybe asking of you. Maybe it's a different source of intuition. Like it's not guidance outside of you this time, but it now is more coming from internal or something that brings you joy, and you're questioning it. You're like, oh, that's not the normal initiation I go through. It's quite dark usually, So they're saying, no, it's initiation still. Again, the mountain is you right now, and it's showing up as with the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess in reverse, that you're not quite trusting your intuition right now. You're kind of judging the things that you may be feeling called to do. But again, this is about, with the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck in reverse, this is about taking off the mask. So the things that you are being guided to do may not even be as intense, but it may feel intense in the way of, like, again, if say you want to maybe feel called to get a neck tattoo. I'm not really getting that. I'm getting like hairstyle changes. So I'm getting tattoos, piercings, things like that, new wardrobe, to kind of, get you into the energy of change. But I'm seeing that that may bring up a lot of fear of rejection from the inner child, why you have created this mask, the shadow. So they're saying the mountain is you right now. You're feeling guided to do these things, but you're like, maybe you're thinking about like, will I be accepted in my job? Will that be acceptable? Will people look at me crazy? Blah, 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 blah. You know? But we have the Queen of Swords, and it's like the intuition is quite clear, the discernment is quite clear, the direction is quite clear. Um, and this is also, they're saying, remember, we said that the sound moves slower in the air than in the water. Following your emotional nudges rather than thinking about them, the Eight of Swords, even though it's quite clear, you're taking a long time to think about it. They're saying to actually ground it. Again, it's kind of getting stuck right here. And I would say this is a clear energy. So it's not that you're unclear if you were wondering. If anything, it's turning into anxiety because you're not taking action on the thing that you are being guided to do. Yes, and we have now the Three of Wands. And it's like you're waiting there. And they're like, I'm that's so funny. They're saying, I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. They're waiting for you to take action, and you're wanting something to come in. Again, you're wanting to shift something. You will feel the shift, but they're asking you to take those steps. And again, you were like, this may not make sense, or like, I don't know why I'm being guided to do this right now. But and this is also Gemini energy. This is the part of you, that conversation that is happening. And I think your higher self is beckoning you to like do that thing, do that thing. I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, Yes, we have the King of Swords now. Interesting. And it came up over on top of the Hierophant and the moon. Looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. And we have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Very interesting. The Three of Cups and the Six of Cups. You may come into a connection. Oh, there's a second message with the Hierophant and the moon. New contract hidden from you, the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. I'm getting Aquarius energy with the King of Swords. Or Gemini. Or Libra. It's the King of Swords. But very attracted to the Queen of Wands because of her self-expression. Soul contract, Three of Cups, Six of Cups, that may lead you to something else. Page of Cups, but you have to take that first step to follow your intuition. There may also be someone that already has a little bit of a crush on you or something with Page of Cups. That's more of a surface level message. But we have the Hermit now. You're like, I don't want to be exposed. I want to be seen. Because the changes that you're being called to make are I do feel like they are drastic. Again, you may tiptoe in it, like you may get a new piercing or something, or like, but I think the change that you want to make is quite drastic, and it may allow you to gain the confidence to do that thing. And it will bring you out of hermit mode because people are going to be like, who is that? And the whole time, Queen of Cups, this is an act of you caring for yourself, but the whole time, Queen of Cups, you are this is due to you processing again that emotions around the heart. And I don't know, I feel like this person, it may be related to your healing path, you stepping into your space as a healer, like the right people will be attracted to you. But also I feel like this King of Cups, or not King of Cups, there is a pair right there too. Interesting. They're just saying with the Queen of Cups, you need to be following your intuition. Don't get too focused on that. And I think that's why it's hidden with the Hierophant and the moon, as a second layer to that initiation message. Four of Pentacles. The more you hold yourself back, the more that you will sit in this grief. Or you will create this energy of separation, 34, 34, which is 7, 14, 5, change. big change. Why am I hearing the big mama, big mama? Like, so you're gonna be taking up more space, and again, the shadow is just trying to protect you. The shadow is trying to cause this confusion about, like, like, will you be accepted or whatever. It's like these subconscious thoughts that keep you from following your intuition. But when you get that yes feeling, when you get excited about something or something inspires you, like, again, you see something on, I don't know, online or Instagram, and you're like, oh, like, that's kind of cool. I kind of want to try that. Maybe I'll try that on my nails next time, or maybe I'll buy that pair of shoes. I'm getting full body chills. Like, it's like those are indicators of like what you are attracted to at the moment. Um, and attraction is a thing. Like, attraction is a part of our human experience that brings us, it's the pull, to like where we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be around, or again, the opposing factor. And if you no longer resonate with how you're presenting, it's important that you get yourself in alignment to that. I mean, they're giving a whole nother side message about, maybe not the whole reason, I don't want to box it in that way, but like, in this lifetime, we are seeing in the collective a lot of people's experiences with feeling different on the inside, and then wanting to make the physical changes to match how they feel on the inside, right? Like with like the trans community. And I wouldn't say everybody that's trans does that, but there's an example in the collective of, it's important to give yourself permission to present the way that you feel. Interesting. So now we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Tower, the 6 of Swords in reverse, and the 6 of Pentacles. They said that you need to do this thing. It may cause, what you may be fearing is, again, the Uranus energy that popped up in the beginning. If you've already gone through a big Tower moment that kind of shifted things for you emotionally, you are kind of still trying to process that. But I think that this thing that they're encouraging you to do, or things that they're encouraging you to do, this is giving, again, like, if you go in through a breakup or something like that, you know how women cut their hair? Like, they say that there is a reason for these things, that people feel called to do those things for a reason. Mentally, it helps you to shift. It's like a ritual. It will get you into the energy that you need to be in, and it help you to release the energy that you need to release. And with the 6 of Pentacles, it's like getting into that energy of flow. We have the 3 of Swords, and also not give to the energy of heartbreak. It's like, you will start this new chapter with these changes. Yes, the 9 of Cups, you will start the new chapter. I think it will propel you into this place again. They're bringing me to the quote again. Joy always has a way of returning. And I think it will, once you turn that leaf, they're bringing me even to a video I made some years ago when I was going through a breakup, and I had the urge, and I box dyed my hair red. And then I made a TikTok video, and I was like, we're not going back, guys. It's official. I went with the red hair. You know what I'm saying? And yes, so it's like, there are reasons that we feel called to do these types of things. And I think they want you to feel free to do that with the Hangman in reverse and the 9 of Swords in reverse. They're like, you have done the emotional work. Clearly the inner child is like, hey, whispering at you, like, hey, I would really like this. I would really like to express myself this way. I'd really like to, try this new thing or whatever. And you have created that space. So now it's time to honor those intuitive nudges, because again, the call is coming from inside the house. It's not initiation from outside. Spirit is very much supportive of you making these changes. So I feel that that's beautiful. But also, I think they're giving you the green light. Like, you don't have to do there's nothing else for you to sift through in this situation, to keep mulling over, to stay kind of like in this chapter. And this is some sort of ritual that will bring you into the next phase. So now we have the 10 of Swords in reverse, closing, again, turning a new leaf, closing, starting a new chapter. Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. There is this energy around waiting, and I feel like it fell on the ground on my left side about like signifying the past. There's an energy of waiting that really, we've gone into this a few times in this channel, like well, I haven't posted them yet, but maybe they'll be posted by the time you see this one. But about limerence and waiting, and how that really does damage to the mind, the emotional body, and it's a coping mechanism. And I feel like you may even not even realize how waiting on acting on this thing could potentially make you feel the same way. Like you perpetuate this feeling about yourself, like to yourself. So, yes, Queen of Pentacles, you have, again, you've created a safe space for yourself. So let's continue to build the trust. And now they're bringing me back from now into the 8-8 portal. It's really important that you continue to build the trust and fortify that emotional safe space. I think also if you're worried about resources, you're good. I think you are worried about resources because the King of Pentacles kind of came out in the challenge position and the Death card. Interesting. Are you afraid that this change will interrupt your stability, like your financial stability? Because like now I see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But the Chariot, they're saying do it anyway. I don't think that that is a real thing. I think that you've learned to suppress your authentic expression because of fear of it interrupting your security, your safety. And again, this could be with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles coming out right next to each other, again, a pair. This could have been like a learned family dynamic or something. Or again, this could be showing up in corporate. Like if I change this about myself, will I be accepted? You know? But I feel like the King of Pentacles came out in the reverse with the Death card. So like if there is any thing that is out of alignment with creating like real security, Spirit is saying it needs to be moved out of the way anyway. But I don't think that that is what is actually the threat, you know? Yes, as I say that, I see the Ten of Pentacles in the future on the right side. They're saying like, if you do these things, there is guaranteed abundance in the future and safety and security. And this even talks about family, you know, or community of some sort, where there's groundedness, rootedness, you know. Yes, Page of Wands. Joy has a funny way of always returning. Do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. This is also about dressing the part. You know, it's like sometimes like you might play in the mirror, like you might get a new outfit and like, or a new piece, like specific like statement piece. And you're like, how do I want to wear this? You know, this is with that energy of kind of playing dress up. And your inner child wants to express itself. So like, it's about damn time. Okay, final card. Two of Pentacles. Rearranging priorities. You may be in the middle of the timelines. Again, you're about to turn a new leaf. Why am I like stuttering on that part? Start a new chapter, start a new book, whatever the fuck. But you are starting something new and you're in the middle. You're trying to balance these things. I think also the shift in priorities, you know, shifting priorities. And yeah, kind of shifting priorities. I saw the Ten of Wands in reverse, like putting down the things that are not yours to carry. Maybe at one point you were being tasked with doing a lot of deep digging, emotional, like excavating and removing distortions, and that was the priority. And now they're saying, okay, it's time to get back into the joy with the Page of Wands. It's time to express yourself now that you have learned new things about yourself, and it's time to practice to go out in the world and be seen as this new transformed version of you. You can't keep sitting around and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, okay? 444 on the timer, okay? And what did I say? The Emperor is on the bottom of the deck. That's the 4 energy, the authenticity, well, I would say authority. And I think authority coming into your authenticity, especially with the North Node and all of that shifting into the Aquarius Leo thing right now. I hope that this helps. I know that this was long, but I hope that it gives you all of the confidence to go and, like, I hope that you get off of this reading and book the appointment, book the tattoo consultation, get the piercing, buy the things that are waiting in your cart, like when you're inspired to do the next thing, I hope that you take action on it swiftly, because again, the energy moves more quickly when the molecules are close together and you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I hope that this helps. If you're interested in diving deeper or want to get a personal reading, all you have to do is check out the link in the description box below. Leave a comment. Let me know how this resonated. Share it with a friend if you think that they need to hear it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, because I appreciate you so much and we want this to grow and reach more people, okay? I love you so much and I can't wait to connect with you again soon.